If you want to use Claude Code directly inside VS Code, you need to set it up the right way. The problem is that many people install the wrong extension, miss the sign-in step, or expect Claude to work inside VS Code without opening a real project folder first. In this video, you will learn how to add Claude Code to VS Code step by step, how to sign in correctly, how to open Claude inside your editor, and what to check if the icon does not appear or the extension does not work. By the end, Claude Code should be ready inside VS Code so you can use it to understand your project, fix code, review files, and work faster without leaving your editor. Number 1. What you are adding. Adding Claude Code to VS Code means adding Claude directly into your coding workspace, so you can ask questions about your project, get help fixing bugs, review suggested code changes, and work with files without constantly switching between the browser and your editor. The important thing to understand is that Claude Code is not just a simple chat box. It is designed to understand your codebase, look at selected files, suggest edits, and in some cases run development commands with your permission. So the goal is not only to install an extension. The goal is to connect Claude Code properly, make sure it can see the right project folder, and use it in a safe workflow where you review changes before accepting them. Number 2. Check requirements first. Before installing anything, check that you are using a recent version of VS Code. Claude Code for VS Code requires VS Code version 1.98 or newer. To check this, open VS Code, go to the Help menu and choose About. If your version is older, update VS Code first. You also need a Claude account that supports Claude Code, such as a paid Claude plan, a team or enterprise account, or a Claude console account. In the normal VS Code extension setup, you do not need to manually paste an API key. You sign in through the browser when the extension asks you to authenticate. Also, make sure your internet connection is stable, because Claude Code needs to connect online to work. Number 3. Install the extension. Open VS Code and go to the Extensions panel. On Mac, hold Command, Shift, and X. On Windows or Linux, hold Control, Shift, and X in the search box. Type Claude Code. Look for the extension published by Anthropic because that is the official one. Click Install and wait for the installation to finish. If you do not see it in the results, open the official Visual Studio Marketplace page for Claude Code and install it from there. After installation, restart VS Code if the Claude icon does not appear right away. You can also open the command palette and run Developer Reload window. This refreshes VS Code without fully closing your workspace. Number 4. Open Claude Code. After the extension is installed, open a real project folder in VS Code. This matters because Claude Code works best when it has an actual code base to understand. If you only open one loose file, the experience may feel limited. Once a project is open, look for the Claude Code Spark icon. It can appear in the side activity bar, in the editor toolbar when a file is open, or in the bottom status area. You can also open the command palette, type Claude Code, and choose an option like opening Claude in a new tab. If the icon is missing, first open any file in your project, then reload the VS Code window. Many people think the extension failed, but the icon may simply not appear in every empty screen. Number 5. Sign in correctly. The first time you open Claude Code, it should ask you to sign in. Click Sign In, complete the authorization in your browser, then return to VS Code. If the browser opens but VS Code does not update, wait a moment and reload the window. If you are using a work account, make sure you sign in with the correct organization account, not a personal account by mistake. If you see a message that says you are not logged in, open the Claude Code panel again or reload the window from the command palette. The key point is simple. The extension must show that you are signed in before it can answer prompts or work with your code. Number 6. Add your project context. Once Claude Code is open, do not start with a vague request like Fix My App. Start by giving it useful context. A good first prompt is something like, Explain the structure of this project and tell me where the main entry point is. Then ask more specific questions. For example, ask where authentication is handled, where the error is coming from, or which file controls a certain feature. Claude can use your current file and selected text as context. If you highlight a section of code before asking a question, it can focus on that part. You can also reference files and folders by using @mentions inside the prompt box, which helps Claude understand exactly what you want it to look at. Number 7, make safe code changes. When Claude suggests changes, do not blindly accept everything. The best workflow is to ask for a plan first, then review the plan, then let Claude make a small change. For example, say, explain the bug first, then suggest the smallest safe fix. When Claude edits a file, VS Code can show a side-by-side comparison between the original code and the proposed code. Read the difference before accepting it. If the change affects important files, run your tests after accepting. If you do not have tests, at least run the app and check the exact feature Claude modified. This is especially important for authentication, payment logic, database changes, build scripts, or anything that can break the project. Number 8, use terminal mode when needed. The VS Code extension gives you a graphical Claude Code experience, but the terminal version is still useful for some workflows. If you want to type the word Claude inside the VS Code terminal and run Claude Code from there, you need the standalone Claude Code CLI installed separately. The extension has its own built-in copy for the panel, but that does not automatically add the terminal command to your system path. For the CLI, use the official installer for your operating system. On Mac and Linux, the official setup uses a native installer command. On Windows, the official setup supports PowerShell and widget options. Avoid old tutorials that make npm the main installation method, because npm installation is no longer the recommended primary method. Number 9, avoid common mistakes. The first common mistake is installing the wrong extension or an unofficial tool with a similar name. Always check that the publisher is Anthropic. The second mistake is opening VS Code without a project folder. Claude Code is much more useful when it can see the workspace. The third mistake is expecting the extension to work without signing in. If authentication is not complete, prompts may fail or never respond. The fourth mistake is giving Claude too broad of a task. Instead of saying make this project better, say fix the login error in this file, explain the cause, and show the smallest change needed. The fifth mistake is accepting large edits without reading them. Claude can be very helpful, but you still need to review its work like you would review another developer's code. Number 10, fix common problems. If the extension does not install, update VS Code first, then try again from the official marketplace page. If the Claude icon is not visible, open a file, check the activity bar and reload the window. If sign in does not work, close the browser tab, reopen the Claude Code panel and start the sign-in flow again. If Claude does not respond, check your internet connection, start a new conversation, or try the CLI to see whether it gives a clearer error. If you are using Windows with a Linux environment, keep your project files in the Linux file system when possible, because working from the Windows-mounted drive can be slower or cause file access problems. If Claude edits the wrong file, stop and give it a narrower instruction with the exact file name and the exact behavior you want changed.